I'm going to go ahead and call to order the September 13th meeting of the Utility Service Board. And first item on our agenda is the approval of the minutes from our August 30th meeting. Are there any comments or any corrections to be made to the minutes? Okay, seeing none, then is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second.
All right, and Latrina, please call the roll.
Kepler,
Yes.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Burnham,
Yes.
Sherman,
Yes.
Roberts,
Yes.
White.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next item is the approval of the claims. First, we have standard invoices in the amount of $2,403,672.35. Are there any questions or comments on standard invoices? I'm sorry, what was that?
I had a question, or maybe more of a comment. I guess it's a question. So on the first page, we purchased a new Chevy Silverado, and I remember a few months ago that we also had some trucks on the purchases as well. I was wondering approximately how many vehicles do we have in our CBU fleet, and how often are they replaced?
Vic, do you know off the top of your head how many vehicles we have? It's like,
The last number I heard was about 170.
yeah,
It's around 170. We've been trying to get them onto, what's it, 7-year cycle, Laura?
right. Yeah,
When, back in 2016, when I got here, there had been the previous administration had delayed some of the replacements. So we've been catching up. But some of the older vehicles had been around for quite a while, and improving the fleet has been a priority for us for the last 5 years or so.
and
Thank you.
we order them once a year, but as they are shipped and are brought into our system, then we get the invoice for them. So that's why it looks like the invoices kind of trickle in.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions about invoices? Okay, seeing none, then is there a motion to approve the standard invoices?
So moved.
Second.
And Latrina, please call the roll.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Roberts,
Yes.
Burnham,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Kepler,
Yes.
Sherman.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, invoices are approved. Next are the utility bills in the amount of $29,413.44. Any questions or comments on utility bills? All right, seeing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
And Latrina?
Kepler,
Yes.
Sherman,
Yes.
Roberts,
Yes.
Burnham, White.
Yes.
Yes, sorry, yes.
Thank you. And Parmenter.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, utility bills are approved. Next are wire transfers in the amount of $471,472.35. Any questions or comments on wire transfers? Seeing none, is there a motion to approve the wire transfers?
So moved.
Second.
And Latrina?
White,
Yes.
Sherman,
Yes.
Burnham,
Yes.
Roberts,
Yes.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Kepler.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Wire transfers are approved. Then we have customer refunds in the amount of $12,078.37. Are there any comments or questions on refunds? All right, seeing none, then is there a motion to approve refunds?
So moved.
Second.
And Latrina?
Kepler,
Yes.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Roberts,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Burnham,
Yes.
Sherman.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Customer refunds are approved. Now we have approval of the consent agenda, and so I'll turn this over to Vic Kelson.
Good evening, everyone. For the record, I'm Vic Kelson, Director of Utilities. We're pleased to bring the consent agenda tonight, which totals $20,443.94. The first item is to Wessler Engineering. That's $8,000. That's the new not to exceed, then will be $16,000. This is the first amendment of our on-call agreement. Second item is to Electric Plus for $3,950 to replace pole lights at the Monroe plant. The third one is Heflin Industries, $3,950 to remove and install a Keystone actuator at Monroe. And then finally, $4,543.94 to Brehab for air compressor maintenance at the Monroe plant. Would any of the board members wish to consider any of these items separately from the others? Hearing none, if there's no opposition, the consent agenda will be approved as recommended by staff. Hearing no opposition, the consent agenda is approved. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Vic. Next item is the request for approval of a change order number 1 with Milestone Contractors LP for new traffic signal service at 3rd and Lincoln. And I will turn this over to Jane Fleeg, who will tell us about it. Let's see, is Jane on the line? I'm not seeing her. Is there someone else?
Brad, can you take this one?
Yeah, hi, this is Brad, Schroeder Engineering. I can certainly try, and I apologize, I don't know it specifically, but I know that what we're doing with this is part of the culvert work project we're doing, and part of that project was we had a traffic light on 3rd and Lincoln that was to be replaced with the project, and this is being reimbursed through the city, and there was a change required in that, and so this is the change order for the change. And I apologize, I don't know the details on the change of this, but that's what's going on, and this should be a reimbursable expense through the city engineering. If there's questions I can try to answer. If not, I could try to track down Jane and get her on and answer this after I've done mine on the next one.
Any questions from the board members? I'm not seeing any. So with that, is there a motion to approve this change order with Milestone Contractors LP?
So moved.
Second.
All right, and Latrina, please call the roll.
White,
Yes.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Kepler,
Yes.
Burnham,
Yes.
Sherman,
Yes.
Roberts.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. And thanks, Brad, for stepping in and taking that one.
Sure.
Let's see, next item, we're also going to hear from you on a request for approval of an agreement with Wessler Engineering Incorporated for the SCADA asset management and master planning. So Brad?
Yes, hi, this is something that I've been working really close with Jill Miner on, and she's been the one putting a lot of the effort into putting this together. This is basically to help us come up with a better system to control our SCADA systems, the software that's on them. So we did an RFQ process, request for qualifications, and selected Wessler to do this work based on primarily they're the most qualified, and they also know our system. This is really 3 phases of work. One is to really do a full assessment of all our SCADA systems, and then to capture the data, capture all the programs. Right now, all our programs aren't captured, get all the programs captured. And then the next one is to develop a controlled process where we control changes to SCADA. Right now, software changes are made, and we don't really have a good control system in place for that. And then the third step is to help us build a development system. Right now, any SCADA changes that we do are developed on the main production system, and it's a bit risky. So we want to do all of our development changes offline on a separate development system, test them out, prove them, and then roll them over into the final SCADA system. So those are the primary elements of this work. The contract amount is for $65,000. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Are there any questions from the board? All right, then oh, I'm sorry. Did I see somebody with a, yeah, Vic.
I just want to say how much I appreciate the work that Jill and Brad have been doing on this for quite a while. This is all part of our cybersecurity effort. We want to make sure that any new software that gets deployed for process operations is fully tested in a safe place before we actually deploy it on the production servers. This allows us, right, our old SCADA system for quite a while went without operating system updates. Basically, it was behind the firewall, so it was presumed to be safe. The idea now is we'll be able to roll in operating system changes, things like that, test everything before we put them into production. So the whole idea is to better manage our software deployments, and I appreciate all the work they've been doing to make this happen.
Yeah, thank you. It sounds like a really needed improvement. So, all right. Is there a motion to approve this agreement with Wessler Engineering?
So moved.
Second.
And Latrina, please call the roll.
Roberts,
Yes.
Sherman,
Yes.
Burnham,
Yes.
Clemenser,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Kepler.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. That agreement is approved. Next
Thank you.
item. Thanks so much, Brad. Next item, request for approval of the First Amendment with Hatch Company to expand the scope for the Lab Cal module for WIMS, which is Water Information Systems Management. And James Hall, you're going to tell us about that. I might have
Yes.
gotten that acronym incorrectly, didn't I?
No, you got it right. WIMS. James
Okay,
Hall,
WIMS.
DBU Environmental. Yeah, WIMS is what we call it. And what we're actually purchasing for $13,257 is the LabCal module of the software. And it's going to allow us to schedule samples to be brought into the system much more easily than we had anticipated, just using the regular function. It was something new that they've added to their system, and we're going to use it to bring in kind of third-party samples and samples that we're taking at the industries through the pretreatment system, and samples that the lab does for other municipalities in the area. And it allows us to kind of put the samples on a schedule, and then automatically we'll upload that data into the database. So that's what it's for. It kind of is a warranty and some service on there too, so that is included in that price. So I'd happy to answer any questions.
Are there any questions from the board? All right, seeing none, then is there a motion to approve this First Amendment with Hatch Company?
So moved.
Second.
And Latrina?
White,
Yes.
Roberts,
Yes.
Sherman,
Yes.
Kepler,
Yes.
Burnham,
Yes.
Clemenser.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Now,
you.
before we move on in the agenda, I'd like to let anyone who's watching our meeting, any members of the public watching our meeting on our Facebook live stream or here on Zoom, that if you'd like to make public comment, you can put that in the comment section of Facebook Live or in the chat on Zoom, and Holly will read that later in the meeting. All right, is there any old business from the board? Any old business from staff?
There's none.
Any new business from the board? How about new business from staff?
None.
Nope. Okay. And do we have any subcommittee reports? I don't think we do. Okay. Then staff reports. Vic.
I don't have a lot tonight. We are continuing, as you know, with the rate case. We are scheduled to give testimony in person at the IURC the last week of this month in the case. So we're in the midst of prep for that. but we'll be ready to go in plenty of time for that hearing. The other thing is I'd like to welcome some new employees. Ramon Ortiz is a Master Equipment Operator Apprentice in T&D. Charles Hughes, also a Master Equipment Operator Apprentice in T&D. Nicholas Komasinski, who is the new Water Quality Specialist working in the Water Quality Group. And the last is Carrie Corpella, I hope I got that name right, who is an O'Neill Spia Fellow helping out at CBU this term. So we're happy to have all these new hires, and I thank you for your time.
All right. Thank you, Vic, and welcome to all our new hires. So with that, I'll check with Holly. Are there any communications from the public?
There are none.
Okay, then I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right, we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Thank
Have a
you.
good evening.